What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am so stoked because today we finally get to work on the S13. Now, unfortunately, we do have to go backwards before we go forwards. Let me explain. So we are going to be working on the interior. Now, I'm putting a new carpet kit in here, but before we put the new carpet kit in, I did decide to put sound deadening in this car. I started tapping on the floor and realizing how thin it was just all around. And I want this car to be something I can enjoy driving for a long period of time if I want to take it on a road trip down to Portland or even California, that this car could be driven and enjoyed. I don't know if I'll do that, but even on the day-to-day, it's gonna make this car much more enjoyable to drive, but that means we have to take the dash out. So in order to get the carpet up along the trans tunnel all the way there like it is from the factory, and to put the sound deadening all the way up there, that's gonna be the easiest thing to do. So we're gonna be working on that today. Here's the carpet kit I was talking about. So this is from, I think it's called AC Carpets. It's a whole kit. Now it's definitely gonna require some cutting, as you can see, because there's nothing up along the trans tunnel there. So we're gonna have to cut that out around the handbrake and the gear shifter, all that kind of stuff, everything that sits on that trans tunnel there. So that's gonna be a bit of cutting, and I believe we have to cut around the edges here. So this is gonna take some modification for sure. All this stuff is from Second Skin. This isn't sponsored. I chose to go with this because honestly, it seemed like it was the best quality. I like the look of it, that it's the matte black. Again, you're never gonna see it under the carpet, but I'm weird, guys. So this is their Damplifier Pro. This is a 2mm matte. Stuff's all made in the USA. It looks like pretty nice stuff. So this is gonna be kind of the base layer that we do across the whole floorboard. And then I got some of their Luxury Liner Pro. This is gonna go on top of the sound deadening in the footwells, not all over the same place that the sound deadening is, so this is gonna be in a little bit less areas. And then I got their overkill mat to put in the doors to quiet down any road noise coming in from the side. So we've got a lot of sound deadening to put in the car. Today we're gonna work on getting the dash out of it and hopefully getting this Damplifier Pro down in the car. Let's see where we get. So I'm officially at a point where the dash is ready to come out. It's completely loose. Fortunately, this was pretty similar to the S14, so I was able to get it out pretty quickly here. So we had one casualty up top on the vent. I'll show you guys that, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull the dash out and then we'll talk about what's next. So with the dash out, the next thing we need to do is get everything cleaned up in here. And I'm gonna go over everything here with a vacuum. As you can see, there's just a little bit of dust that looks like it's from when the car was painted and just had some body work done. So this is perfect time to get all of that cleaned up. And if you've been following the channel for a while, you know one of my favorite things to do is clean things you don't usually have access to while you have access to them. So I'm gonna get behind the dash all cleaned up. The top of like the air ducts and stuff are a little bit dusty. But once we get everything vacuumed, we're gonna go over the whole car with some surface prep cleanser to get it ready for that Damplifier Pro sound deadening mats to adhere to the body of the car. So the whole floor pan here is completely cleaned with the surface prep cleanser. So it's as clean as it's gonna get for us to apply this Damplifier Pro mat. So I've kind of started laying it out here to see where we wanna start. And I think the best plan of attack is to start on the transmission tunnel, have a central point to start off of, and then work our way outwards on both sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working up here. What we have to do is just get a hole for the shifter of the transmission. So I'm gonna cut a hole, probably trace around like a Griot's bottle, honestly, just to get that started, and then we can trim the rest when it's on the car, get that centered, and then we can start working our way out with strips over here in the floorboard on the driver's side. Well, I definitely just cut a hole in the sound deadening mat without even recording it. Forgot to press the record button. Sorry guys, but we're gonna go ahead and start putting this in the car now. All right, so here is where I'm at. We've got full coverage on this main part of the floor pan here. I worked really hard to get nice cutouts around all these components here along the transmission tunnel, and then we're gonna start working on the back seat up here. Now, one of the challenges that I'm recognizing right off the bat is we don't have enough material. You can see I started laying stuff out to see how much we had between this and the trunk, because I think what I wanna do is get this whole area covered, go up onto the wheel wells or wheel arches on both sides, and get the floor and spare tire well in the back of the hatch as well. Just have full coverage along the floor. So I ordered some more today, but we're gonna go as far as we can back, just working from here up, but this is where we're at. Okay, so I've been laying out the pieces here, trying to figure out exactly how I want to use the mats. My goal was to maximize the amount of space that like each mat was taking up basically. So I'm thinking the best plan of attack here is to do something like I have laid out here, where these pieces go down first. We'll get this part kind of wrapped and covered, and then we'll put this piece down in the center, and this piece will come down from the top and roll over like that. And then it'll go into the trunk. Now, like I said, I think I said, I don't have enough material, so I can at least get the cabin complete and into the hatch started. To finish this off, I ordered more, so we'll have that in 2 days. But we still have more stuff we're gonna do up in here that we can work on while we wait for the rest of our Damplifier Pro mat to come in for the hatch. But I'm gonna go ahead and start working on this. We're gonna be using the surface prep cleanser from Griot's Garage once again to prep the panels and make sure they're all ready for the mat to stick to them and get the best bond. Okay, so at this point I've put down all of the Damplifier Pro that I have. We've got the whole floorboard here covered. We've got most of the back seat done, but as you can see, I had to stop there because I ran out. So I still want to put pieces here and then fill in over there, you can see there's kind of a crack between here and there, so I just want to seal that up a little bit nicer. And then we'll obviously go back further into the trunk. But the second piece of this soundproofing, sound dampening process is a second material that's called luxury liner, and it's a big, dense, like foam mat. And this material that we've already put down is sound dampening. What we're gonna put down next is sound blocking. So you can see what I've done here is started cutting a cardboard template for where we want to put this mat. My thought is put it here, same thing back here, cut around this hump that's next to the transmission tunnel, obviously cut around where the seat goes, cut around where that drain plug goes, and then the passenger side is much easier because it doesn't have this hump like the driver's side does. The Luxury Liner Pro is this big, I think it's 9 square foot mat. It's a super thick material with the foam side on the bottom, so that's the side that we put down on the sound deadening. And I'm gonna work on cutting this out based on the cardboard template that I have. But as you can see, this really should kill some sound. This is designed to actually block the sound from coming through in the first place.